You've been lied to. Alcohol isn't just a drink. It's a disruptor, a tool designed to strip you of your power, cloud your mind, and sever your connection to something greater. Ever wonder why it's called spirits? That's not just a metaphor, it's a warning. The word alcohol comes from the Arabic Al-Kuhl, which means body-eating spirit. The same word used for jinn, entities known to feed on human energy. But here's where it gets even darker. Ancient alchemists knew something that science is only beginning to understand. Alcohol weakens your energetic field, making you vulnerable to external influences you can't even see. Think about it. Your body is an electromagnetic system. Your thoughts, emotions, even your very consciousness are frequencies operating within your biofield. But every time you drink, alcohol scrambles that system. Your aura, the natural energy field that protects your mind, body, and spirit, gets torn apart, leaving you wide open to negative influences, erratic emotions, and thought patterns that aren't even yours. Ever wonder why some people turn into someone else when they drink? Why blackouts feel like missing time? It's not just about memory loss, it's an energetic hijacking. Your vibration is lowered, your third eye is clouded, and your spiritual defenses are shut down. And the worst part? That drained, anxious, disconnected feeling the morning after. That's not just a hangover. That's your energy field trying to repair itself after being ripped open. This isn't fear-mongering. It's physics. Alcohol lowers your frequency. It literally pulls your consciousness out of alignment with your higher self. And whether you realize it or not, every sip you take is weakening your ability to think clearly, make sound decisions, and stay in control of your own mind. Still think it's just a drink? When you drink alcohol, you are not just intoxicating your body. You are intoxicating your energy field. Your aura weakens. Your frequency lowers. You become more susceptible to negative influences, both physical and non-physical. Ask yourself, have you ever woken up after drinking, feeling drained, foggy, almost as if something had siphoned your energy overnight? That's because something did. The system knows this, and that's exactly why alcohol is legal. Think about it. If something truly liberated you, would those in power allow you to have it? No. But if something keeps you subdued, keeps you distracted, keeps you weak, they will market it, normalize it, and make sure it's always within reach. And have you ever noticed how alcohol seems to be at the center of so many social events? From weddings to business meetings and even funerals, it's always there. It's not just a coincidence, it's by design. Every drink is an invitation, not just to loosen up, but to something far more sinister. When you drink, you're not just lowering your inhibitions, you're lowering your spiritual defenses. You're making yourself vulnerable to forces that most people don't even know exist. These forces feed on the disconnection between body and soul. They thrive on the chaos and confusion that alcohol creates in your energy field. But it gets even more intense. It completely messes with your vibrations. It lowers your frequency, making you more susceptible to manipulation, programming, and, dare I say it, spiritual hijacking. When you drink, you're essentially opening a portal for negative energies to latch onto you. It's like offering up your spiritual energy on a silver platter. Ever notice how people black out? That's not just brain chemistry. That's entities taking the wheel. They feed off that chaotic, low vibrational energy. Think about how alcohol affects your memory. Those blackouts aren't just your brain taking a break. They're moments when your soul is most vulnerable, when these body-eating spirits have the most access to your essence. It's no accident that you can't remember what happened during those times. Now, why do they push it so hard? Simple. Control. Alcohol keeps the masses docile and distracted. They don't want you thinking critically or questioning the narrative. They want you hungover, broke, and disconnected from your higher self. Notice how it's legal and accessible everywhere. Alcohol keeps you plugged in. Ever wonder why bars are called spirits shops? That's not a coincidence. The elites know that alcohol is a spiritual trap. It suppresses your pineal gland, your third eye, keeps you locked in the physical plane, and makes you easier to manipulate. Meanwhile, the alcohol industry rakes in billions while people lose their souls, literally and figuratively. And when alcohol enters the body, it starts altering how energy flows. It's much like how heavy traffic can slow city streets. The harmonious movement within us becomes disrupted. One may feel a temporary surge of excitement or joy, but as the hours pass, there's often a noticeable downturn. This shift can leave one feeling sluggish or drained. It's like borrowing energy from the next day, only to find it's not there when needed. At a party where everyone's drinking, it might look like fun on the surface. But energetically, it's a feeding frenzy for these low vibrational entities. The group's vibration plummets, inviting spiritual darkness. You might think, it's just a few drinks. But every sip disconnects you from your higher self and true purpose. Alcohol doesn't just affect your body, it damages your very soul. That anxiety and disconnect you feel after drinking? It's your spirit struggling to realign itself. This spiritual weakening is no accident. It's a deliberate strategy to keep you disconnected from your inner power. The powers that be want you energetically vulnerable and easier to control. Think about how you feel after a night of drinking. That sense of disconnect isn't just physical. It's your spirit crying out, trying to realign itself after being thrown into chaos. And your pineal gland, often called the third eye, is more than just a tiny organ in your brain. It's your spiritual antenna, connecting you to higher realms of consciousness. But there's a shocking truth you need to know. Alcohol is shutting down this powerful spiritual center. Every time you take a sip of that seemingly innocent drink, you're unknowingly participating in a ritual of spiritual blindness. Alcohol calcifies your pineal gland, turning your spiritual vision to stone. Scientific studies have confirmed this alarming fact. Researchers discovered that alcohol consumption leads to hardening of the pineal gland, literally blocking your third eye. This calcification has real effects on your spiritual experiences. Many people report feeling disconnected from their intuition and struggling to access higher states of consciousness after drinking. An example of that is what a friend of mine said. When I was drinking regularly, I felt like I was stumbling through life in a fog. My meditation practice suffered and I couldn't tap into my inner guidance. But why is the pineal gland so crucial for your spiritual well-being? This tiny organ produces melatonin, which regulates your sleep-wake cycle. But it's also believed to be the source of DMT, a powerful, naturally occurring psychedelic compound. When your pineal gland is functioning optimally, it can enhance your ability to have profound spiritual experiences, vivid dreams, and even out-of-body experiences. Imagine the possibilities if your third eye was fully open. The potential is limitless. And that's why it's so important to protect your pineal gland. Even spiritual teachers have sounded the alarm. Eckhart Tolle, a renowned spiritual guide, warns that overindulgence in alcohol can activate unconsciousness and pain in the body, leading to a setback in spiritual progress. He emphasizes that maintaining presence is crucial, and alcohol can diminish this state, making it harder to connect with your higher self. By becoming aware of alcohol's true nature, you've already taken the first step. You're starting to see through the illusion, to question what you've been told. And that's where true power begins. But here's the exciting part. You can reclaim your spiritual vision. By reducing or eliminating alcohol consumption, you can begin to decalcify your pineal gland. Many people report increased intuition, enhanced meditation experiences, and a deeper connection to their higher self after giving up alcohol. The choice is yours. Will you continue to let alcohol dim your inner light? Or will you take the bold step towards spiritual awakening? The universe is waiting to reveal its secrets to you. All you have to do is open your third eye and see. and it's not your fault. You've been living in a world where your favorite drink isn't just a choice. It's a hidden system of control that has been forced down your throat. The government's got you right where they want you, and it's all thanks to that bottle in your hand. Why is alcohol legal when it causes so much harm? The answer will shock you. After Prohibition, the powers that be saw an opportunity to control you, keep you docile, and line their pockets all at once. Alcohol taxes bring in billions of dollars every year. But it's more than just money. It's about keeping you under their thumb. When you're buzzed, like they say, you're not thinking clearly. You're not questioning authority or starting revolutions. Alcohol is the modern-day circus, distracting you while the world keeps spinning. And those in power stay put. It messes with your productivity and critical thinking, keeping your mind foggy even when you're sober. When was the last time you had a truly clear-headed day? Here's a bombshell. Alcohol has been used throughout history to suppress movements. During colonial times, it was a tool to pacify entire populations. Even today, it's a subtle way to keep people from coming together and demanding change. What if sobriety is the ultimate act of rebellion? What if by putting down that drink, you're picking up the keys to your own freedom? It's a scary thought, isn't it? That something so ingrained in our culture could be a tool of control. People who tried to quit drinking have probably noticed how weird others think it is, or how accessible it is. The truth is, alcohol isn't just legal, it's a weapon of mass control. It's keeping you numb, distracted, and complacent. It's making sure you don't ask the hard questions or see the world for what it really is. You might think you drink because you want to, but that's exactly what they want you to believe. The illusion of choice is the perfect cover for control. Remember, an aware mind is a powerful mind. Nothing scares those in power more than a population that can think clearly and critically. By keeping alcohol legal and socially acceptable, they're ensuring we stay in a constant state of mental fog, and you will protect your energy field against gins. But here's the good news. You have the power to break free. Every time you choose not to drink, you're taking back control of your mind, body, and spirit. You're saying no to their system of control and yes to your own power. Think about how much clearer your thoughts would be without alcohol clouding your judgment. Imagine the energy you'd have, the focus, the drive. That's what they're afraid of. A population that's awake, aware, and ready to create change. More alcohol, more pills, more treatments. It's an endless cycle of dependency and profit. Let's talk numbers. The alcohol industry rakes in billions every year. The pharmaceutical industry, even more. The rehab industry adds billions to this empire built on your suffering. But it's not just about physical health. Alcohol messes with your mind too. It clouds your judgment, making you more susceptible to manipulation. And who benefits from a population that can't think clearly? The very same powers pushing alcohol on you. Even moderate drinking plays into their hands. Every time you reach for a drink to relax, you're reinforcing the idea that you need alcohol to cope with life. That's exactly what they want you to believe. But you have the power to break free from this cycle. Imagine a life without constant hangovers, where your mind is clear and focused, where you're not unknowingly funding an industry that profits from your pain. The societal implications of this alcohol-pharmaceutical alliance run deep, affecting everything from healthcare costs to public policy. But that's just the beginning of how this reaches into every aspect of our lives. And you've heard of liquid courage, right? It's that magical feeling that makes you feel invincible, ready to bare your soul to strangers or dance like nobody's watching. But here's the thing. While alcohol lowers your inhibitions, it doesn't create real connections. Instead, it leads to shallow, superficial interactions that leave you feeling emptier than before. Studies show that alcohol increases conformity, and groupthink. So while you think you're expressing your true self, you're actually becoming more like everyone else, a NPC. It's a sneaky way to reinforce societal norms and expectations, making you easier to control. And let's talk about escapism. That glass of wine after a long day feels good, but it's preventing you from looking inward and questioning the world around you, and if the way you spend your day is truly how you want to spend it. It's keeping you distracted, compliant, and unaware of the bigger picture. Every sip is a step away from true self-discovery and spiritual growth. Have you ever noticed how chaotic things can get when alcohol is involved? There's a reason for that. Alcohol lowers the collective vibration of a group, leading to primal behaviors and a loss of individual accountability. It's like everyone becomes a different person, and not in a good way. Now, you might be thinking, but alcohol has been a part of our culture for centuries. And you're right. It's a form of cultural programming, passed down through generations, ensuring that our dependency on alcohol remains deeply rooted in our social practices. Here's the most mind-blowing part. Alcohol creates a false sense of freedom. You think you're escaping your problems, but you're actually falling deeper into a trap. With every drink, you're becoming more emotionally and spiritually disconnected, making it harder to break free from the cycle. What if every sip of alcohol isn't just poisoning your body, it's hijacking your free will? Let's talk about the prefrontal cortex, your brain's command center for critical thinking, decision-making, and questioning authority. When you drink, alcohol doesn't just affect this area, it shuts it down. Imagine your mind's control panel going dark mid-flight. That fun buzz? It's your higher cognition flatlining. Studies confirm that even one drink reduces prefrontal cortex activity by up to 30%. You're not just tipsy, you're operating at half capacity, making reckless choices you'd never sober. But here's the gut punch. This damage isn't temporary. Over time, alcohol rewires your brain to crave compliance over clarity. Like a puppet master snipping strings, it silences your critical voice and amplifies herd mentality. History proves this. Roman emperors flooded streets with wine to numb dissent. Today, it's no different. Alcohol keeps you docile, distracted, and dopamine dumb. Ever nodded along to toxic ideas at the bar? Laughed at jokes that repulse your sober self? That's not you. It's your hijacked prefrontal cortex. The power of the group is about to swallow you whole. You've seen it before, a room full of laughing, drinking people becoming one wild entity. But this isn't just a fun night out. It's a sinister force at work, turning free-thinking individuals into a mindless hive. Picture yourself at a party or bar. Everyone seems to move and think as one. This is groupthink, and when you add alcohol, it becomes a dangerous cocktail of conformity. Alcohol doesn't just lower your inhibitions, it makes you more likely to go along with the crowd. Your brain's critical thinking shuts down, while social bonding lights up. You become a social chameleon, blending in with those around you. But it gets even scarier. In an instant, a calm gathering can turn into a chaotic mob. People lose their sense of personal responsibility and act in ways they never would alone. Think about drunk crowds turning violent after sports games or during celebrations. That's the dark side of alcohol-induced groupthink in action. The psychological mechanisms are powerful. Alcohol activates your brain's reward system, making social interactions feel more rewarding. It also impairs your prefrontal cortex, reducing your ability to make rational decisions. This combination creates a perfect storm for groupthink. Now here's where it gets really twisted. The powers that be know all about this effect. They count on it. Alcohol-fueled groupthink is the perfect tool for manipulation. When people are drunk and caught up in the group mentality, they're much easier to control. They're less likely to question authority or challenge the status quo. Every party, every happy hour, every casual drink with friends is actually a training session in obedience. You think you're just letting loose, but in reality, you're being programmed to follow the herd. With each sip, your ability to think independently slips away, replaced by the collective consciousness of the group. The effects linger long after the hangover fades. Over time, it can rewire your brain, making you more susceptible to manipulation even when sober. You become part of a larger, more compliant society, exactly what those in power want. So the next time you raise a glass, ask yourself, are you really in control? Or are you just another drone in the alcohol-fueled hive mind? The choice to drink might seem harmless, but it could be the very thing keeping you from breaking free from the system. As we look back through history, we'll see how this powerful tool has shaped societies for generations. The story of alcohol and groupthink is deeply intertwined with human civilization, and its influence continues to this day. Have you ever woken up after a night of drinking with no memory of how you got home? It's a sign of something much darker. Your blackouts are leaving you open to unseen forces. Let's talk about what's really happening when you black out. Alcohol shuts down the part of your brain that makes new memories. Scientists call it anterograde amnesia. Your brain stops recording completely, like someone hit the pause button on your life. Think about it. You're walking around, talking, maybe even making big decisions, but there's no one home upstairs. It's scary stuff. People wake up in strange places or find things they don't remember buying. One guy woke up with a new tattoo of a symbol he'd never seen before. But it gets worse. These blackouts aren't just empty spaces. They're open doors for something else to step in. Spiritual experts believe that when you black out, your very essence can be influenced or even hijacked by spirits. Like we discussed before, the Arabs call them jinns. It's like you've left your body unlocked and anything could slip in. And it's not just a one-time thing. Every time you black out, you're risking your brain's long-term health. Studies show that repeated blackouts can lead to serious cognitive problems down the road. Your memory, your ability to think clearly, even your personality, all at risk. Here's where it gets really wild. What if your blackouts are hiding something important from you? What if, in those lost hours, you're seeing or experiencing something that you're not supposed to remember? It sounds like science fiction, but so did a lot of things we now know are true. The bottom line is this. When you drink to the point of blacking out, you're not just risking a hangover. You're risking your very identity. You're opening yourself up to influences you can't even imagine. And you're doing it voluntarily, over and over again. So the next time you're tempted to have that one drink too many, ask yourself, are you ready to hand over the keys to your mind? Are you willing to risk waking up as someone or something else? Because that's what's at stake every time you black out. Don't let alcohol rob you of your memories, your experiences, and potentially your future. The alcohol industry's puppet masters have been pulling your strings, and it's time to see who's really in control. You might think you're making a free choice when you reach for that bottle, but someone else could be making that decision for you. The world of alcohol is full of hidden powers, manipulating more than just your taste buds. Let's expose the major players in the global alcohol industry. They're connected to other industries too, profiting from both the drinks that cause your hangover and the medicine to cure it. It's a vicious cycle designed to keep you trapped. These companies pour millions into lobbying efforts, shaping government policies to favor their interests. They don't care about your health or well-being. They only care about their bottom line. The alcohol industry's influence extends deep into pop culture. They've made sure drinking looks cool and exciting in movies and TV shows. They want you to think that you need alcohol to have a good time, to fit in, to be successful. Their marketing strategies target the most vulnerable people in society. Young people and marginalized communities are their prime targets. They're creating a world where drinking is normal, expected, even celebrated. Why go to all this trouble? It's about control. A population dependent on alcohol is easier to manipulate. When you're buzzed or hungover, you're not thinking clearly or questioning the world around you. The elites who benefit from this system don't want you to be clear-headed and spiritually aware. They want you numb, distracted, and compliant. Every time you reach for a drink, you're playing right into their hands. But here's the good news. Now that you know the truth, you have the power to break free. You can choose to step out of this cycle of control. Every time you resist reaching for a drink, you're reclaiming your mind, spirit, and power. The next time you see an ad for your favorite alcohol brand, remember, you're not just being sold a drink. You're being sold a carefully crafted lie designed to keep you trapped in a system that benefits the powerful few at the top. But you have a choice. You can see through their tricks and take back control. It's time to wake up and break free from the alcohol industry's spell. Your freedom and clarity of mind are waiting. Get ready to uncover a truth that's been hidden for millennia. The elite's most powerful tool for control isn't what you think. It's been right under your nose this whole time. Alcohol, a substance you probably have in your kitchen right now, has a dark history as a tool of oppression going back thousands of years. Ancient civilizations used it to keep entire populations under control. In Egypt, pharaohs encouraged heavy drinking among the general population to maintain a state of spiritual fog and compliance. They manipulated the belief that wine was a gift from Osiris, using it to reinforce their power. But it wasn't just Egypt. Across ancient cultures, alcohol played a crucial role in maintaining power structures. Roman emperors perfected the bread and circuses approach, distributing alcohol freely to keep the masses distracted. This wasn't just about having a good time, it was about control on a massive scale. Historians have uncovered evidence of similar practices in other ancient civilizations. Some theories even suggest that ancient elites might have had extraterrestrial influences guiding their use of alcohol as a means of control. It sounds wild, but when you look at the precision of their manipulation techniques, you have to wonder. But here's the shocking truth. These techniques aren't just ancient history. They're being used today, right under our noses. Think about how alcohol is marketed, how it's integrated into every major celebration. It's a carefully crafted strategy to keep you under control. Every time you reach for a drink, you're playing into the hands of those who want to keep you spiritually suppressed. It's about keeping you disconnected from your true spiritual essence, just like ancient rulers did to their people. The elites of today are using the same playbook that worked thousands of years ago. They know that a population dulled by alcohol is easier to manipulate. Every party, every celebration, every happy hour is designed to keep you in that spiritual fog, cut off from your higher self. But now that you know, you have the power to break free. You can choose to step out of this ancient cycle of manipulation and reclaim your spiritual sovereignty. It won't be easy. These techniques have been perfected over millennia, but with awareness comes the opportunity for change. Are you ready to break free from this age-old control system and unlock your true potential? Are you ready to uncover a shocking truth about alcohol's dark history? Brace yourself for a revelation that will change how you view every drink. Picture entire civilizations, rich with ancient wisdom, suddenly crumbling. The culprit, not armies or technology, but the very drink in your hand right now. Alcohol was the secret weapon used by colonizers to destroy indigenous societies worldwide. In North America, European settlers brought bottles alongside disease and guns. This wasn't friendly sharing. It was a calculated move. By introducing alcohol to Native American communities, colonizers created a devastating cycle of dependence. Tribal leaders watched helplessly as their people weakened, and ancient ways slipped away. The destruction spread across Africa too. Sacred rituals that had bound communities for millennia were replaced by the bottle. The result? A profound loss of cultural identity and spiritual connections that had sustained these societies for generations. In Australia, alcohol's introduction to Aboriginal communities led to catastrophic consequences. It eroded traditional values that had guided these people for over 60,000 years, leading to widespread addiction and cultural erosion. Listen to the heart-wrenching testimonies of Indigenous leaders who have witnessed firsthand the devastating impact of alcohol on their people. They speak of violence tearing families apart, of addiction gripping entire communities, and of sacred traditions fading into memory. This wasn't an accident. Introducing alcohol was a deliberate strategy to create dependency and weaken resistance against colonial rule. It was a Trojan horse, designed to erode spiritual connections and replace sacred practices with addiction. The effects of this alcoholic genocide persist today. Many Indigenous communities still struggle with dependency and cultural disconnection, fighting to reclaim their spiritual heritage in the face of generational trauma. Every time you raise a glass, you're not just being social. You're participating in a centuries-old tradition of control and cultural suppression. That cocktail, it's a legacy of conquest, refined over centuries to keep populations docile and disconnected from their spiritual roots. But don't despair. Knowledge is power. By understanding alcohol's dark history, you can make more conscious choices. You have the power to break this cycle, to reclaim your spiritual sovereignty, and to support cultures still fighting against alcohol's destructive legacy. Are you ready to see your drink differently? The truth is in your hands. What will you do with it? Hollywood's intoxicating illusion. Open your eyes to the hidden reality behind your favorite movies and TV shows. Hollywood isn't just entertaining you, it's shaping your perception of alcohol in ways you never imagined. Every time you see a character sip a drink on screen, you're being sold a carefully crafted message. Think you're just enjoying a harmless movie night. Think again. Hollywood's been pulling the wool over your eyes, and it's time to wake up to the intoxicating illusion they've created. You've seen it 1,000 times. The glamorous party scenes, the suave hero sipping a martini, the group of friends bonding over beers. But what if I told you that every sip you see on screen is carefully choreographed to manipulate your reality? Let's pull back the curtain on this billion-dollar deception. Ever wonder why your favorite character always seems to reach for that specific brand of whiskey? It's not a coincidence. It's cold, hard cash. Alcohol companies are pouring millions into product placement deals, ensuring their bottles take center stage in the biggest blockbusters. They're not just selling a drink, they're selling a lifestyle, a promise of excitement and sophistication that has you reaching for the bottle before the credits even roll. But the manipulation goes even deeper. These aren't just random product placements. They're carefully crafted narratives designed to normalize excessive drinking. That quirky best friend who's always up for just one more round? They're subtly programming you to associate alcohol with fun, friendship, and living life to the fullest. The smooth-talking businessman sealing the deal over a glass of scotch? They're reinforcing the idea that alcohol is essential for success and power, and it's working. Studies have shown that the more alcohol is portrayed positively in media, the more likely viewers are to drink, especially young, impressionable audiences. You might think you're immune to this influence, but the numbers don't lie. Every time you see your favorite actor knock back a shot, your subconscious is taking notes, creating a dangerous association between alcohol and the lifestyle you aspire to. The alcohol industry isn't content with just infiltrating your movies. They've got their hooks in your favorite celebrities too. Those glossy magazine ads featuring A-listers sipping champagne. The viral social media posts of stars partying it up. It's all part of the plan. These celebrities aren't just enjoying a night out. They're being paid handsomely to make drinking look cool, desirable, and most importantly, normal. Think about it. When was the last time you saw a popular movie or TV show where the characters didn't drink? where alcohol wasn't used as a plot device, a social lubricant, or a coping mechanism. It's rare, and that's by design. The alcohol industry has woven itself so tightly into entertainment that we barely notice it anymore. But make no mistake, every time you see a character reach for a drink, you're being sold a message. This manipulation isn't just about selling more alcohol. It's about keeping you complacent, distracted, and disconnected from your true potential. While you're busy emulating the drinking habits of your favorite fictional characters, you're less likely to question the status quo, seek higher consciousness, or challenge the powers that be. Are you ready to see beyond the illusion and explore how this programming affects your spiritual growth and connection to the universe? The hidden truth about alcohol that spiritual masters have been warning us about for centuries isn't just about your physical health. It's about your very essence, your cosmic connection to the universe. Quantum physics tells us that everything vibrates at a specific frequency, including your consciousness. But here's the shocking revelation. Alcohol is designed to lower your vibrational frequency, keeping you disconnected from higher realms of consciousness. Scientific studies have shown that alcohol reduces activity in your brain's frontal lobes, the area responsible for conscious decision-making and introspection. It's as if alcohol is deliberately shutting down your ability to think critically and connect with your higher self. But it goes even deeper. When you drink alcohol, it destabilizes your entire energy field. This energetic disruption creates holes in your energetic armor, leaving you vulnerable to negative influences that thrive on low vibrations. Think about your last drinking experience. Did you feel more connected to your inner wisdom, or were you swept up in chaotic energy? Alcohol amplifies your ego's voice, drowning out your inner guide and making it nearly impossible to live a spiritually guided life. But don't worry, there's hope. Countless individuals who've quit drinking report a massive increase in spiritual awareness and energetic sensitivity. It's like removing a veil that was blocking their connection to the divine. One person shared, "After I stopped drinking, I experienced heightened states of consciousness I never knew were possible. My intuition became razor sharp, and I felt more connected to the universe than ever before." Your natural gifts, intuition, sensitivity, spiritual connection, are literally diluted by alcohol. It's as if it's intentionally keeping you from accessing your full spiritual potential. But why? A spiritually disconnected population is easier to control, more likely to conform, and less likely to question the status quo. The good news: you have the power to break free from this energetic prison. By choosing to abstain from alcohol, you're making a powerful spiritual statement. You're declaring that you're ready to reclaim your energetic sovereignty and explore the higher realms of consciousness that have been hidden from you. Imagine the cosmic truths you might uncover when you're no longer weighed down by alcohol's vibrational interference. What hidden talents and abilities might emerge? The universe is waiting to reveal its secrets to you. But first, you need to clear the static from your spiritual antenna. Don't let alcohol hold you back from your true spiritual potential. It's time to raise your vibration and unlock the unlimited wisdom that's been waiting for you all along. And have you ever felt a profound emptiness after drinking? As if a vital part of you vanished? There's a chilling reason for this feeling, and it's more terrifying than you can imagine. Alcohol doesn't just cloud your mind, it holds your soul for ransom. Spiritual traditions worldwide speak of the soul, our eternal essence connecting us to the divine. But alcohol creates a spiritual rift, leaving you lost and disconnected. Ancient wisdom warns of a spirit-eating substance that devours the soul. Could alcohol be this mythical elixir disguised as social indulgence? In Vedic traditions, alcohol increases rajas, known as restless passion, and tamas, known as the darkness and ignorance, destabilizing your entire being. It's like trying to tune into a cosmic radio station while someone is jamming the signal. Buddha warned against intoxicants, stating they hinder spiritual progress. Many Buddhist communities completely avoid alcohol as part of their ethical discipline. Near-death experiences related to alcohol abuse reveal a profound sense of disconnection. Many recovering alcoholics report that their journey towards sobriety is also a spiritual awakening, a desperate attempt to reclaim their lost soul. Spiritual leaders emphasize that alcohol muffles your inner guide, the voice of love and connection. Instead, it amplifies the ego, which thrives on fear and separation. It's like handing over the keys to your spiritual kingdom to a destructive force. Every drink is a payment towards losing your soul. Alcohol provides a false sense of freedom, a temporary escape from pain, but it leads you deeper into disconnection from your true essence. This cycle of escapism prevents you from confronting your inner shadows and growing spiritually. Many traditions warn that alcohol can attract negative entities that feed off the chaos in your energy system. This can lead to out-of-character behaviors, as if you're being spiritually hijacked. Have you ever woken up after a night of drinking and felt like you weren't quite yourself? Now you know why. The stakes couldn't be higher. Alcohol doesn't just harm your body, it risks your eternal essence. Every time you reach for a drink, you're choosing between nurturing your soul or slowly selling it off. It's a cosmic gamble with the highest stakes imaginable. But there's hope. The path to reconnection exists. By understanding alcohol's true spiritual cost, you can begin to reclaim your divine essence. Are you ready to break free from this spiritual prison and rediscover your true self? Now imagine a life where you're thriving on a higher plane of existence. The key to this transformation might be simpler and more powerful than you ever imagined. It's time to unlock the hidden potential within you, and it all starts with sobriety. What if I told you that true freedom isn't found at the bottom of a bottle, but in the clarity of sobriety? Spiritual awakening isn't a popular new term, but a profound journey of self-discovery and connection to something greater than ourselves. But here's the shocking truth. Alcohol is the invisible barrier standing between you and your highest self. Think about it. If you've been doing everything that should take you to the next level, but you haven't seen results like better life outcomes, it could be because your energy field is getting hijacked. Every time you reach for a drink, you're not just dulling your senses, you're dimming your spiritual light. Alcohol doesn't just affect your body, it impacts your very essence. It's like trying to tune into a cosmic radio station while someone is jamming the signal. One brave soul shared their incredible journey. I stopped drinking on January 1st, 2017, as part of an experiment. I realized that many of the spiritual and self-help teachers I'd been drawn to lived sober lifestyles. This powerful testimony reveals a universal truth. The masters of spirituality understand the importance of a clear mind and spirit. When you remove alcohol from the equation, prepare to be amazed. People who embrace sobriety often report a massive surge in their intuitive abilities. It's like removing a veil from your third eye, allowing you to see the world with newfound clarity and insight. Your energy field begins to vibrate at a higher frequency, aligning you with your true purpose. But let's be real. Making this change isn't always easy. Society has programmed us to believe we need alcohol to relax and socialize. It's time to break free from that programming and discover the incredible alternatives waiting for you. Spiritual practices like meditation, yoga, and conscious breathing are powerful tools for relaxation and genuine connection. These practices help restore balance to your mind, body, and spirit, tapping into a wellspring of inner peace that no substance can replicate. As you embrace these practices and leave alcohol behind, you might start to notice some truly remarkable changes. Many people report heightened intuition, a deeper connection to their energetic gifts, and a profound sense of purpose. The journey to sobriety isn't without challenges. You might face social pressure or moments of doubt, but the rewards are immeasurable. By practicing gratitude and reconnecting with nature, you'll cultivate a sense of peace and emotional resilience that no drink can provide. You'll learn to bloom stronger and more aware, tapping into your divine essence without the need for any external substance. The choice is yours, but now you know the truth. Sobriety isn't just about abstaining from alcohol. It's about embracing your full potential as a spiritual being. It's about reclaiming your power, awakening your gifts, and aligning with your highest self. Are you ready to take that leap? Are you prepared to unlock the hidden powers that lie dormant within you? Are you ready to break free from alcohol's spiritual prison? Your true potential awaits. Imagine feeling grounded, supported, and resilient like never before. It's not just a dream. It's your reality without alcohol. You've learned how alcohol drains your energy and dims your spiritual light. Now's the time to reclaim your power. Every sober moment is a step towards awakening. Don't let another day pass in illusion. Ready to embrace your highest self. Consider your relationship with alcohol. Resources are available if you want to reduce consumption. Your divine self is waiting. Take that first step today. The choice is yours, but remember, your energy is your most precious resource. Will you answer the call? If you made it this far, you're already ahead of the game. You're not just consuming content, you're waking up. And that's exactly what they don't want. So let's flip the script. Drop a comment below with "Energy Unleashed," so I know you made it through to the end. Let's see how many of us are truly stepping into our power. And here's something even bigger. I'm launching a newsletter soon, packed with exclusive deep dives, hidden knowledge, and high-level insights you won't find anywhere else. But here's the kicker. The first 100 people to sign up will get a special gift when it drops. So stay tuned. Big things are coming. Your energy is your greatest asset. Protect it, master it, and watch how everything changes. See you in the next one.